end it. Like, that's it. Like, that's what we need to do. Just end the game. Like, make them get us the ball back. Let us 22 victory, and let's end the game. That's how I feel.
I'm gonna stay in my lane. I don't want no defensive player come and chew me out about what I'm doing.
Woo! So Brown and Chase not happy, and now it's starting to spill over. That's right, let them know. Look at the Chicago Bears fan in the building. I love to see it. Chicago born and raised, but I think this is probably more of a problem for Cincinnati than it is for Chicago at this point, Swagoo, because you got players now calling out other players in the locker room. Did you have a problem with what Jamar Chase and Chase Brown said?
It's the cardinal sin. Even though I know the emotion is running high after the game, it's the cardinal sin. So you don't really want to go to that point, because there will come a time where it'll be on them. Definitely. And I think a lot of times, though, you caught up in the emotion right after the game. You just went down for a drive to win the game, and you give up that interception. Who I would have been calling out, Cam, is the damn defensive coordinator.
Hello?
Because I don't understand. One, you playing man-to-man with 17 seconds left.
Oh, that was Tampa. That was Tampa. That was.
Oh, it was Tampa. Okay,
but the linebacker did not get enough depth.
But also, what beats Tampa? You leaving one man over the top. You leaving one man over the top, right? Whether you getting depth or not.
Yes.
If that ball gets over your linebacker, the safety, the only man left.
That's the thing,
right? And you get that up in that situation, man. Get your ass in prevent. Keep everything in front of you. A field goal don't win the game.
Now, this is what the people
make that tackle. They may not even get a chance to make it. You're trying to make a big hit right there.
Get him on the ground.
Instead of wrapping up and taking all day getting off.
Had no timeouts.
Right, I know.
All that's
what I'm saying. Right. So tackle him, spend time on top of him to make sure, to make sure that clock run out after you already have given up that big play.
This is what I would say this. I've seen a specific individual on this panel talk about a coach not having control of that locker room. And it may not necessarily be the coach in Cincinnati, but where he stayed. He's in Miami, chick. The person who's in Miami speaks about Mike McDaniel not having control of that locker room. So, Stephen A., I'll ask the question, does Zach Taylor require a little something from you? Do you have something to say about him losing that locker room?
Well, my response to you is that I'm very, very disappointed that you asked me that question, because it shows that you're not watching every episode of First Take.
No.
Because let me tell you something, because if you are, you have heard me say, Zach Taylor, this man, he on a hot seat. He'd be lucky if he make it through the season. I held him responsible for Joe Burrow now missing 3 of his 6 seasons in the NFL. Constantly having him in the shotgun offense, never having him behind center, never having him in a position where he can engage in play action, exposing him the way that he did. And I said, by the way, you're supposed to be the headman. That means you got something to do with the defense.
Yep.
Call a different play. Make sure you zoned up. Make sure you in prevent as opposed to do a man-to-man. Make sure you understand the importance of tackling in that situation. The Chicago Bears with Caleb Williams, who I believe in, by the way, but still developing and growing. Caleb Williams said we knew we were going to have a big game today. He said that. Think about that. When you heard that name come out of his mouth, he ain't never do that. You know what? But you know what? He saw them lose to the winless New York Jets the week earlier, giving up 39 points to the New York Jets with Justin Fields. And Caleb Williams said, I think I can do that. Against that team, I think I can do that. And that's what happened. The Cincinnati Bengals are trash defensively. Jamar Chase deserves better. T. Higgins deserves better. Joe Flacco deserves better. Okay? Because when you have a defense that is just non-existent. I know I said the Alice Cowboys instead of the Dallas Cowboys, but the Bengals are worse. The Bengals are worse than the Cowboys, okay? At least I get an impression. You know, you might not tackle right sometimes. You might make some mistakes. You might have some confusion from time to time. But nobody is as bad as the Bengals. And by the way, here's where I got to hold Joe Burrow accountable. You wanted Higgins to get his money. You wanted Jamar Chase to get his money. But you also wanted Hendrickson to get his money. Damn it. They don't have anybody on defense that look like they deserve to get paid.
Start putting that in. Start putting that in. First of all, let me go back here and address the statement that Chad Brown was talking about. And we get up here all the time and say, "Oh, it's a Cardinal sin," and it is to run to the media with it, but not to run to your defense with
you can.
I want accountability,
100%.
and you got to have accountability. We had a guy named Charles Haley.
Hello.
And we would have a conversation before every game. Charles would ask me, how many points you got? I said, we got at least 24. I said, what can y'all do? He said, they won't get 17. If they're holding that defense, they're holding that offense to 10, 12 points, and he's looking up at that scoreboard, and I promised him 24 and 14 on that board, he walks by me and says, playmaker 14 don't sound like 24. You see what I'm saying? That's accountability. And that's all Chad Brown is saying. I want accountability over here. Now, he should not just be talking to his teammates. He should go scream to his owner, who wouldn't pay a man that plays great defense, who wouldn't even pay the guy that they drafted that can play great defense. So they don't care about defense. So don't act like, the players are the only one wrong.
No, definitely management. Definitely management. Definitely management.
Everybody.
This is a team that has given up in the Bengals 300 points in 9 games.
Yep.
That's I mean, and then back-to-back weeks you're giving up a touchdown to a wide receiver and a running back.
Not only that.
And this is worse than last year. This was the same conversation last year.
That's what I was about to say.
The issue is not that they're having this type of play from their defense this year. They've been having this same type of issue out of their defense for the last 2 years.
So let me ask you a question. How long before Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase won out?
They can't. They just got paid that
I
money.
know they just got paid money.
He said once.
How long before they won out because of the disservice that this ownership?
I'd want out now.
You've been a franchise quarterback.
I'd want out now.
Listen, it's hard for me to answer that question because I'm producing and they are producing. And not per se Joe Burrow more so, but when you see the game that T. Higgins had yesterday, the amount of difficulty of the catches that he made, now it says you got an issue in Dallas. I wouldn't even say an issue in Dallas when you got 2 number 1 valuable playmakers on the outside.
Right.
When that happens, you have to give those guys opportunities. They've given them opportunities. Everybody's at home.
So you're spending.
Because I watched Green Bay get beat by Carolina last night.
Right.
There will be turmoil the rest of the way in the NFC. And if this team can win tonight, another NFC win, and you think about going forward, hopefully we get some reinforcements on defense, Mike. And you look at how this season is going in the AFC and the NFC. Dallas has to win games, obviously, but the way the attrition is happening around them, they definitely have a chance to get into the playoffs.
Listen, I mean this with all due respect. What position did you play in the NFL again?
I played defensive tackle.
Right. And you've seen this defense for the Cowboys?
Yeah.
And so what do you make of the way this Cowboys... What are you going to do if you make it down to the...
Who you picked yesterday to win out of Carolina and Green Bay?
Okay, sure. I took Green Bay, but we've seen Green Bay be vulnerable before.
May I interject?
Yes.
I just can't take it. You know what I'm saying? First of all, if the Cowboys make the damn playoffs, I'll come back here and host a damn playoff party in front of y'all. That's how sure I am that I'm not going to be here. Y'all making the playoffs. I'll host the damn party. I'll host the damn party.
Let's take this back.
I'll host the party right here at Texas Live.
Okay, we'll take that.
I'm treating y'all. Please.
You want to put on that cowboy cheerleader stuff
Listen.
and put the pom-poms in your ear and do something. Don't just show up. Show up right. Show up in that cowboy cheerleader stuff. And then pom-poms.
As long as the cheerleaders accompany me, I'm good. As long as the cheerleaders accompany me, I'm good. But here's the point. Did you notice how slick Marcus Spears was? Swaggo. Did you know how slick he was? I saw the Green Bay Packers lose to Carolina. Well, who the hell else Carolina Panthers beat this year?
Dallas.
Here's the Cowboys. All right? So you bring up Green Bay loss like y'all did it. You lost to them too. So the fact is that I got at least 8 teams ahead of y'all right now. Chicago won yesterday. Did they beat y'all? Yes, they did. So you got to think about them. You got Green Bay and Detroit. You ain't getting ahead of them. You ain't catching the Eagles, all right? And you got 3 teams in the NFC West, and you got at least 1 coming out of the NFC South. You ain't going to no damn playoffs.
Wait.
Y'all going to have your asses home in January, just like me.
At the beginning of the year, everybody said and thought, Dallas is the worst team in the NFC East. The 2 teams were in the NFC Championship game last year. Everybody said this. They thought Dallas would be last right now in the division. There are a couple things going on in this NFL. There are no dominant